Hey everybody, welcome to Woodchat for July 30th, 2014. I'm Matt Gradwall from Uppercut Woodworks in my warm, dark shop. Yeah, you can find me on the web at uppercutwoodworks.com and on Twitter at uppercutwood. And it's actually a three-host night. We're all here tonight. So Chris, say hey.
Hey.
And we are going to end on time so that Chris can get some food, right, Chris?
Famished, Matt. All I've eaten was pie.
Well, I don't.
Eat this pie. I could go for some pie.
Why is that? I don't understand what you have a problem? There's a problem now?
I didn't eat the whole pie, so I'm kind of hungry.
Stop whining.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly. And Scott, you're here today as well.
I'm here.
Right on. Oh, I see lights in the background, Scott. Photography lights. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I use to take pictures of my planes.
Right on.
This shot of my shop really makes it look like a horrific pigsty of a mess.
Yeah,
really, everything you're seeing back there is all just like on a table. A lot of those are plain blanks and that sort of stuff. It just looks a lot closer to me than objects in the rearview mirror are closer than they appear.
Well, Chris and I have been meaning to tell you. We love you, and we want the best for you, and we're offering you some help, and we just want you to accept this help today, Scott. You can't live like this anymore.
It does look like a bit of a hoarder's episode back there.
Hoarder's intervention, just a little bit, yeah.
Makes me wonder if I can get a picture of a giant mess of a shop and put a green screen behind me one day, and then just use it as a backdrop.
There you go.
That's a great idea.
That's actually a really good idea.
of a clean shop.
Or a clean shop, yeah. There you go.
Or what would be even better is do one of those white sheets and then broadcast a movie on it from behind, and make it look like Frank Klaus is back there just cutting hand-cut dovetails all the time in the shop.
I want. I think it's Frank Klaus's shop. I want his shop.
Yeah, just broadcast a movie.
Barn with wall of windows. I think it's his shop. On Sharknado, people are swinging across the road right now. So just keep everyone abreast.
Sharknado.
What's going on? Oh, they're swinging over the water.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude's dead.
Oh, he's dead. That's great. So, Chris, I know that I've been a loser the last couple of weeks dealing with some stuff at work. I don't know how big a loser Scott's been with his vacation, but maybe can you get us up to speed? Get us caught up since we've been tardy
with the
bad students.
With the picture inspiration, that kind of caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too much has happened. We didn't have a show last week, so that's part of it.
Okay.
We were just picking up where we left off there. So what is there then? Let's look at our last design here. We left you 2 weeks ago with this picture of a Porsche from the Sauer and Steiner blog. I'm surprised that nobody jumped on this.
I just haven't had a chance. I actually started drawing something in a. I was in a Best Buy, just walking around looking stuff and checking out the Galaxy Note 10.1 and drawing on that, and started to draw something, but that was right before vacation started, and I just haven't had a chance to do anything else.
Anybody design based? I'd love to speak in.
So, what's the license plate that says Flare? Is that also part of the... Chris?
Did we lose Chris?
Did you get too hungry, Chris? Hello? Scott, are you there?
I'm here.
I don't know where Chris went.
Chris just ate his camera, apparently, because I see no video feed.
I see nothing. I hear nothing from Chris. So a Porsche 356, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to use the I guess the hood ornament or whatever you call that rise part in the middle of the hood. That was kind of what I keyed in on, and I wanted to incorporate that into a handle on a on some type of cabinet or something. But
Oh, in the hardware itself, not in the wood.
well, kind of.
Are you talking about that long flowing piece on the hood? Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it would be shaped into the wood. The handle would be kind of integrated into a door or something. That's where I was going to go. I just never got a chance to draw some stuff. That was the longest I have gone not thinking about work while I was on vacation in I don't know when.
Feel good?
It felt great. I didn't think about anything work-related for a week and a half.
That's good.
It was amazing. So now I just have to get back in the swing of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm forcing myself to get back in the swing of things. So I took a job, a simple little cheap job, just to force me to get into the shop and do something, do anything almost. And so we're gonna be home this weekend where we've been leaving town a lot of the weekends. But this will force me to be here this weekend, and I'll get a bunch of stuff done. So, so that'll be good. That'll be very good. Have you seen any of this whirligig stuff that's going on?
No, I saw one post that it was happening, but I have not seen any of the details.
There's all these little woodworking contests. You know, the whirligig wars, the 2x4, the others. I've never participated in any of those. Have you ever?
I have not. I just, I have to limit how much I get into different things, or else I just don't get anything done.
Yeah.
That needs to get done. So, for a while there, I felt bad. I felt like I got to be part of everything, and it burnt me out of social media, and so I just stepped away for a while.
What did?
Just trying to connect to everything.
Yeah.
Trying to be part of every woodworking event or keep up with the forums and all that stuff. I've stopped worrying about it. And Chris says he's got the message, can't connect the server. So
yeah,
not sure what that.
Well, Chris, that sucks for you. We
had 3 hosts.
We can actually connect to the server, so I wonder what's going on. That's what he says. Huh.
So you like my my mug / stein?
I do.
I do not drink coffee, so there's not coffee in here.
You don't drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
You know, I don't mean to bring it up, but I just recently got a Seahawks Super Bowl champs mug. What are you drinking there?
Yeah.
You drinking that out of your mug?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Well, this is from Colonial Williamsburg. It's their souvenir mug, and this is Old Stitch Brown Ale. So I'm drinking. Craft brewed in Williamsburg, Virginia, according to historic recipes. Old Stitch captures the essence of 18th century brown ale, dark and unfiltered, made with specialty malts, well balanced by a touch of English hops. Old Stitch offers an authentic taste experience. This is a good beer. This is my favorite souvenir I came with from Colonial Williamsburg.
This is my new toy.
Ooh.
Just a S-wing with the straight claw.
Yeah. It's a nice looking hammer.
And I got the 20-ounce too.
You have not seen... Yeah, isn't that like, against the law or something?
Yeah.
No. Have you seen these yet? Were you here?
No.
This is the new Sterling Toolworks plane adjustment mallet. My head is a different color than
What is that material?
Color. This is brass.
Yeah.
This is walnut, and I made a new head. This is a prototype, and so I was trying to work through some ideas to finalize his shape and everything. But this one is just resin infused maple.
Nice.
So, and it screws on. Got a little threaded peg on there, so you can replace the heads on it.
So did you turn that and then thread it?
That's all shaped with rasps on my end. I don't have a lathe, so.
Gotcha.
So I did it myself. But
What else did I recently get?
yeah. So he just sent the first production run of these out. So anybody interested, let him know if you want one made. So. Making
them in his shop, or does he have a? Are they handmade like yours, or does he have a tool maker that he's working with?
I'm not sure. I believe he makes them all himself.
Because that head looks like it's a piece of brass stock that's just you can lathe brass.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
But it's got really nice lines, and
yeah, I like it.
Other than when I was on vacation, I used this nonstop since I got it a few weeks ago. And
the only thing about that maple head is that it looks very large proportionally to the rest of the hammer.
Yeah, I think his final production is a little bit smaller than that, more refined.
Mm-hmm.
But it came with a head that was the same diameter as this, and it just didn't work with my plane. So I think what he's doing now is he's shipping with both. The smaller head for smaller planes, and then the larger head for larger planes. So, but all that to say, he just got this week. He got the stamps with my logo on it, and he's going. This hammer, I will hopefully get the announcement out this week. But this hammer is discontinued. I'll probably do a final order if people want to buy one.
Collector's edition run.
Yeah, and then I'll be selling these with my logo on it on one side and his logo on the other from now on. So, but I like it better.
So how is the plane business right now for you?
It's finally picking back up.
Good.
It was slow for a while.
Things usually slow down in the summer.
Yes, they do. Spring every year comes to a screeching halt. So.
Gotcha. Okay, Chris just tweeted that picture of the wooden license plate holder. That's what Chris designed for this week.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
On his page.
So what about with Highland Woodworking? How's that going?
It's good. I've still got a few more planes to make for them. I just haven't done it yet. So.
Gotcha.
That's what some of that stuff back there is for.
So what is this box you designed? What is that box that you designed?
Box that I designed?
Yeah, from earlier this month. Chris did his clock. Oh, and you did this box, and it looks like you were inspired by the stairs.
Oh, from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, kind of the open air. Not really useful. It was influenced by the stairs and also by the hands on the FIFA World Cup logo.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I kind of grabbed it from both. Yeah, that's another just kind of whimsy. I don't know if whimsy is the right word, but not necessarily useful because you can't really put anything in it.
Yeah.
But Chris had the idea last week of making it a bench, which might be kind of neat. So. Yeah,
or you could do. I think you could do a room divider that way. You wouldn't do a box, but if you made one of those one wall that was big, you could do a room divider that way, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be kind of neat, actually.
So I was going to
The one he's
show.
talking about is here.
Let's see if this will let me do it.
Let me grab Chris's.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay. I'll let you grab it then.
So here's what last week's inspiration was. It's a Porsche. I guess it's a 356. It's from the Sauer and Steiner blog. And then I'll show you what Chris designed. So he did a wooden license plate holder. Looks like he photoshopped Flare onto there. Did a pretty good job with the Photoshop. And that's interesting because I've thought of making wooden accessories for my car, like a cell phone holder or something to hold my fly rods. And
Yeah.
I always thought it wouldn't. I always thought it would look too shitty, crappy. But with that dark wood and the simple design, I think it looks good. So I might try it.
Can you guys see me?
Chris.
Hey, I see a fuzzy Chris.
Yeah, it looks like you're in the shower.
I have no volume here.
I hope you're not actually in the shower.
No, this is. Oh, I have a screen protector over my Yeah, sorry about that. Can you turn my camera off for me?
Turn it off. I'm gonna turn your camera off.
Or I
Do you
can.
have that option?
Let me see if I can peel this plastic off. I have a knife right here. Not the best idea, but I can take a knife to my phone.
Yeah, we can mute you. We can't turn your camera off for this version.
Oh,
Really?
there he is.
Can I pull it back there?
The Lord said, "Let there be clearness."
Hang on, technical difficulties. So my computer, by the way, has no internet connection. My phone does. That's what's happening right now.
Hey Matt, you're still
Interesting.
screen sharing.
Oh, I'm still screen sharing. There we go.
Yeah,
So Chris,
my
I was
screen-
just showing your.
There you go.
I was just showing your design.
Yes, I saw that. So, what do you guys think of my license plate holder?
I liked it, so I was telling Scott like. I had been thinking of making some wooden accessories for my truck, like a cell phone holder or a fly rod holder and stuff like that. But I thought it would look too. I just thought it would look too crappy to retired Boeing employee.
Yeah.
But I think with the dark wood and the simple design, I think it looks good.
Yeah, I was
And-
worried about that. I didn't want it to seem too like I just want to be different, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys figure out what wood I used?
I'm guessing something exotic and oily.
Yes, it definitely was.
I'm gonna say it's. I think it might be too light for Wengi.
Spot on, Matt. Spot on.
Is it Wengi?
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted something that was fairly dark to go with the silver car, as you saw.
Yeah.
Wanted it to have a fairly prominent grain structure, and I wanted it to be good outside. And I wanted to have some material on hand, so I didn't have to go buy any. So that's
So it looks like you actually built that. It's actually on your car, and you
it
just
is.
photoshopped over your license plate with the word Flare, so we didn't know your license plate number.
That's correct.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's really simple. I don't know. It's about 1/2 inch thick and about 2 inches tall. The length of the plate. I just cut a really shallow rabbet along the back edge and drilled holes to bolt it through.
So you have a Porsche now, huh?
No, that's a V-dub.
I know.
Nope. Wrong.
It's not a V-dub?
Nope.
It looks like the bottom of a round. Oh, is it a Toyota?
Good job, Matt.
So here's what I think you should do, though. You got to upgrade your bolts.
Yes, I have done that since. I've got two slightly, I don't know, they're weathered, they're dark. They're not rusted, but they're dark. Dark bolts. Yeah, those are just ones that came with it, and I got some better ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just
where I'm-
photoshopped your actual license plate number and added the flare thing on there. Okay,
yeah, it's a real picture. Otherwise,
I'm fine.
I wanted to do a front one as well, and I've been kind of stuck at how to do that because the bumper is a lot more contoured than the back hatch of the car.
Just do it.
Yeah, I thought about contouring it. I'm going to try and, what do you guys think of the
bend
top
your
edge
license
frame
plate.
only? Does that work?
I think it's okay to bend your license plate.
Yeah. I wonder how much you can bend it. Can I cut into like a W shape from the top? Bend it into like a zigzag?
No, I don't think you could do that. Because I think it has to be read by the cameras at toll bridges and stuff.
I don't want. Oh, boo! There's so many toll bridges
Chris,
over
did you
here.
see this, by the way? I got some new hammers.
Oh yeah, S-wing.
Yeah. I got the straight claw.
Oh yeah. That's an interesting choice.
I've been breaking cheap hammers lately.
Oh yeah.
Doing DIY around the house. And so I got the 20-ounce version too for when we do the deck. So
Very nice.
I'm very happy. So I think we should. Do you have a picture for next week, Chris?
I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look.
Okay, hold on.
I
If
have
you
to have a
don't,
show with you. I'll see if we
if you don't, I wanna pick one
have. Sure. Be
because
my
I've had one
guest.
that I've been.
I think it should be a picture of the Sharknado.
No.
No? No?
No. Where is it? Here we go. We'll use that one. Okay, so I'll screen share. Wow, this computer is 1,000,000 degrees and slow right now.
I've got some really high-tech screen sharing going on here. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures using my fancy screen share technology on my phone and computer after Matt's done there.
All right, so I don't know if you guys have heard about this,
Lapstrake boat.
but the Viking Ship Museum in Roskilde in Denmark
Okay.
will make you and sell you a Viking ship. Okay?
Hell yes.
And they have different models that are available, and they're all handmade.
Yep.
And they're made according to the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one called the Tribeca, and it's $24,500.
Okay.
But if you want a school to live, it's $545,000. So I'll try and find some even more pictures.
Is that $500,000?
You can get one for that's $500,000, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So I think that's the one we're going to use. I think we should use the Viking ship.
Okay. Well, tweet the picture there, Matt. I'll pick it up when I get an internet connection.
I mean, look at that. Look at that thing right there.
That's awesome.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I like it.
Look at this one. I think this one that holds all those people might be the $500,000 one.
Hmm.
That's brilliant of them. Because that's just one of those things. If you've got more money than you know what to do with, and you're into boats,
Yeah.
like, well, of course I'm going to buy a Viking boat.
Yes, exactly.
How much does a trailer cost?
I don't think people who buy these have trailers. I think they live right where they need to live.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and they have people who will sail them to where they need to be.
yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of boats, I don't know how I missed this when it was like found or announced or whatever. But did you guys hear about this boat that was found under Ground Zero?
Yes. And they
I don't know
counted
how-
the rings, and
1773 was when this thing was made.
Yeah.
How the hell did I not know about this until now?
They found it a while ago, and then they've been doing the research for quite a while.
Like, did they announce it when they found it, or is it just like, okay?
Yep, and at first they were like, they didn't know if it was, maybe it was a Viking boat or da-da-da-da-da. Like, at first there was a lot of speculation. And then they came out and said, no, we're almost positive it's an American-made deal because of the style. But they just came out and said, well, we know where the wood was grown.
Mm-hmm.
And...
well, they're saying some of the wood matches the wood that built
Independence
the
Hall.
Independence Hall.
Yeah.
How freaking cool is that?
Yeah. And they know that it went to the Bahamas at one point.
Yeah.
Because it has a special kind of worm, a special kind of worm that was growing in or eating the wood or something.
Yeah.
So.
Like, you just don't think about all of that, about how, most of Manhattan wasn't there when it was an actual island and not a concrete island.
It's
and they just filled in and,
built on a garbage dump.
Yeah.
Right.
That's spectacular to me.
Yeah.
I knew it in the back of my head, but to be reminded of it with a boat built in 1773 is pretty big.
Yeah.
Where was this found again?
Under the World Trade Center, when they excavated, when the World Trade Center was destroyed.
Huh.
They when they were excavating, I'm guessing it was when they were excavating for the new building, because it was deeper than.
Yeah, they were doing the secure park. They were doing the secure underground parking, and that's when they found it.
Yeah. So, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Viking boat is therefore relevant, I guess.
I want to share with you guys a couple of cabinets which I've been building to store my tools under my new workbench, which the bench slabs are done, and this will be the base for it. I'm going to do a really fancy screen share here by turning my camera around. Go sideways there for you.
Technology.
Yeah. So I built these plywood boxes here using spotted birch plywood, and when I built it, and I got more comments on the plywood than anything else. It's like, where'd you buy that stuff? It's awesome. So I went to my local plywood supply, and it was the cheapest crap they had there. I said, wow, that'd be the most expensive stuff. It's beautiful. So I got spalting all the way around the frame there. They're about, I don't know how tall they are, 24, 26 inches maybe less. And I put drawers in them like this here, varying from about 1.5 inches for the top ones in the right cabinet up to, I think, 7.5 or 8 inches at the bottom. And they're on full extension slides, and I've got this one here loaded up with planes. You might recognize one in the front there for those of you watching Woodchat for a little while. If you can see. So this will go underneath my workbench slabs.
Cool.
And I intend to clamp the slabs to the top of this plywood somehow. Not sure how to do it to keep them from moving around, but I'm working on it.
Show me the workbench.
I don't.
Sorry, those are your screen. Sorry, never mind. I forgot where you are.
Yeah, I can find them though. Here, let me.
But you said it's a new workbench?
Yeah. I was blogging about it on the Time Warp site, and maybe one of you two can find it, or I can go find pictures on my computer. TimeWarpTourWorks.com/news is where you'll find the blog there. And we got my army working on it there.
News.
Building
So
a
they're
bench.
basically two and a half inch thick slabs, 12 inches wide, and I think they're about 8 feet long, 7.5 feet long or something. And one of them has a vise installed, and it's raised up about 2.5 inches to allow room for the wagon vise hardware. Just one vise on it at this point, and dog holes right through it. Maybe you can screen share a picture for everybody.
You want the slab pictures? Sure. Sure. Sure.
Sure. Oops. Sure. Sure.
This is the one right here?
Yeah, so there's... Yep.
Two.
So that's my bench. There's a wagon vise in that picture there. That's the only vise on the bench at this point, although I intend to add another vise.
It looks very, very long.
Although,
Yeah.
at that point it's 10 feet there, and I cut it down.
Oh, okay.
About 2
Why'd you
feet
cut
off
it
of
down?
It was too long.
Is there such a thing as too long?
Oh, yes. So my idea of this is if I need to get rid of the bench altogether, I can just stand them up and then roll the cabinets out of the way, so the bench becomes no more.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out a way to clamp the slabs to the bench, and the best thing that I've found on the shelf are, they're called can't twist clamps, K-A-N-T, or just can't, I think. And they're from the metalworking industry. They're kind of a modified C clamp, and they'll be really low profile, but they're not quite right. So I might end up fabricating something myself.
Can you
The trick is getting it to lock into 1/4-inch plywood.
can you literally like use a C clamp, but in the like literally create a cavity or mortise out a spot in the edge where the two edges of, I'm on screen share, so it's not, my hand motions are not going to work. So you got your two tops together. So on the inside, on the edge here, where the two tops join together, or where they're butt up together, mortise out a spot with like an inch or 1/2 inch or so of material, 3/4 of material at the bottom of it. You can clamp right onto that.
Yeah, clamping the bench slab isn't hard. It's getting the clamp onto the cabinet that's difficult.
Right.
I have yet to add handles to the cabinet to pull them around or lift them if I want to lift them over something. So I may incorporate that into my clamping strategy.
And you purposely want it to be able to be taken apart quickly and moved out of the way when you need it. Right?
Yeah.
So just throwing some screws from the bottom of the, or through the bottom of the bench is fine enough.
Yeah, that could work, but I need to take out a couple of drawers to do that though, unless I have an overhang.
Right.
Or if I use pocket holes, which I could do as well. That could be a good application for pocket holes.
Now, is all that going to be sturdy enough when you've got some heavy planing going on?
I think so. I've got a solid 3/4-inch back panel that is fully sitting inside and dominoed. It's not a small, insubstantial panel or weakly joined.
Right.
Fully glued, fully dominoed. I've been planing on it for a while, and the bench just slides around on it, so that's a problem.
Why not see if you can get some threaded inserts inserted into that bench top, and then do overhangs and use big knobs
From the bottom. Yep.
Like,
I could do that.
You can get big threaded inserts, or you could even use wooden ones and drill and bore a hole and thread it right into the wood, and then use big wooden.
Yep. Well, that's pretty good. But
or do you even have to thread it? What if you just did some big wooden dowels glued
Yep.
into the tops of the rolling benches, and have a hole that it just
Yeah.
drops right
Set
over
down
top.
in, yeah.
Thought about
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
And I think the C-clamp option is actually the most versatile because I can have it positioned literally anywhere.
Yeah.
So I might go with that in the end.
Would the C clamp be on top? Clamp it from the top of the bench then, or so it'd be in the way, or no?
No, you can't see it, but the bench slab is up on 2.5-inch square blocks, and I would have the C-clamp into one of those.
Oh, okay. I see. I got you.
It's like a lower rail. And I put,
So-
very important, I put 5-inch swivel casters, swivel locking casters on the bottom of the chests. So they roll pretty well, and they also lock pretty well.
How often do you see yourself taking it apart realistically?
Not too often. Maybe a few times a year.
Is there a specific instance you're thinking of where it would? I've never thought of needing my workbench to be, because it's portable. I can slide it against the wall if I need to. It's just heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious where that necessity came out of.
My shop's very narrow. If I want to work on a wider project, I would take the bench and have down the slabs or something.
Okay. So taking it apart just allows you to put it in another room of the shop, basically.
Not so much
Or
that, but I just
lean it against the wall.
Instead of having an 8-foot by 2-foot footprint, it has two footprints of 30 inches by 22 inches or something.
Right. Okay.
Which are the two rolling cabinets, and then the slabs stand up. They take up 12 inches by 2.5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I was at the, I was at Colonial Williamsburg for part of our vacation, and which was a blast. We were there 3 days, and it still wasn't enough time to see everything, because most of the time I was hanging out in the woodworking shops. But they had, in the joiner's shop, they had it set up where they had one workbench. They basically, all of them worked in between two workbenches. So they'd be working on one bench and everything would be stacked on the bench behind them. And it got me thinking, I wish I had a little bit more room here, but I'm still thinking about taking my my little skinny bench and putting it over here against the wall and just moving this bench this way a little bit. It would shrink up my walking area, but then I'd have a big open space on the floor here.
Yeah.
That I can, do it for assemblies or whatever. So I might do that.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat. It seemed very handy. To have two benches about 4 feet apart and work in between them.
Yeah. As I do more woodwork, especially big stuff, I'm finding that floor space is really, really nice to have.
Yeah.
So
God bless America. I agree with that.
I'd trade almost anything for floor space, including a dedicated freestanding bench.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously I don't do a lot of big stuff, so. But when I do, it does become a factor. So.
Yeah. Being able to lay out parts and.
Yeah. I know when I built that desk recently, it would have been nice to have this big open area to just have the desk sitting there, especially after I got it completed before I delivered it, because it was back over here, and I had to move it anytime I needed to get to anything over there, which is, you don't want to be moving a completed desk around your shop.
No.
It's asking to bang it onto something. So.
Yeah, I try and get finished stuff out of the shop as soon as I can.
Yeah.
That's why when I build the cabinets and the storage for my new shop, I'm not going to have any lower cabinets.
Upper only.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Everything that's going to be on the floor is already on the floor. That's primarily tools that roll on my bench, and everything's going to hang on a rail. and when those are built and everything's put away, I'll have even less stuff on my floor.
Yeah.
But I've also found that even though I have a permanent shop now that I don't have to share with anybody, I'm not going to make any of my tools stationary. Because you go from working on a 12-foot long table to working on a little box, and you need a shop that you can adjust to the project. If you were building the same thing over and over and over and over again, you could make your shop static. You could optimize your shop for that specific thing. Like, you could probably do that because you're doing planes.
Yeah.
But if you ever go to build a table, you're going to probably get frustrated, right?
Yep.
Because the spaces between your tools are optimized for planes, not for a big table.
That's exactly true.
Matt, do you have a floor standing drill press?
I do, but it's not really a floor standing drill press. It's a bench one that I have on a cart that I built that rolls.
Yeah. So that changes the center of gravity thing. It brings it a lot lower with that cart. That's the one tool I might not put on wheels.
Yeah, I wouldn't put. If I had a tall floor standing drill press, I wouldn't put it on wheels.
Yeah.
But I don't. But my mortise machine's on wheels. Everything's basically on wheels except for my bench. So.
Yeah, I'm actually debating going the other way of well, like you said, when you're building the same thing every time, you can make things static. So I'm debating where my two bandsaws are, especially my Laguna, because I'm just getting too much shake, rattle in it more than I like. So I'm debating literally lagging that right to the floor. But the moment I do that, I'll think of another way I want things to move around.
Yeah. Like the thing I'm trying to figure out is, if my tools are going to be mobile, and I get a cyclone and I put in ductwork, my drops have to be pretty flexible, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll get it figured out.
My main problem is right here. There's a post in between the two bandsaws there.
Yeah.
And it's in the most awkward spot. And actually, luckily, it's a little bit that way. It's not in the center because it gives me some room here. But with that being there, I really wish both of my workbenches were right in the middle of the floor, and I could put the bandsaws and everything on the perimeter.
Yeah.
That's how I much prefer it.
Yeah.
But I can't do it because of the way it's laid out. So I have thought about putting the benches on either side of that post, but I don't like that idea either. So
Cut a notch in your bench.
what's that?
Cut a notch in your bench.
I still didn't hear you. Sorry.
Cut a notch in your bench.
A notch on the bench.
Your brand new big beautiful bench, cut a notch in it.
You know what though? I love the bench top is getting some patina to it. It's making me very happy. There's some stain on it and some, bunch of dings and dents, and it's making me very. I love a bench that looks used. So,
How about one that looks
made to be.
number one, the what, Matt?
looks abused? Mine.
Yeah, used, not abused.
I need to sand my top down.
That's what planes are for, Matt.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to take that much off.
It was fun when we had the Lee Nielsen event up in Chicago, and Mark Hicks from Plate 11 Bench was up there, and he brought a recently finished bench with him, and so we used my joiner plane to flatten the top when we got there. That was a lot of fun. It was a good demonstration of both the bench and the planes. But I'll tell you what, I have not had to reflatten this top at all.
That's good.
Even when the season's changed. So.
If it comes out flat, just send it back.
All right, Mark, I want a new one.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, you wanted to make sure you got out of here at 8.
Yep. I'm bailing on you guys here.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, well, let's just shut it down then. So next week, Chris, will you do the tweet for the inspiration and update your website with the Viking ship stuff?
Yeah, you gonna you tweeted the image, or you will?
I thought I already did. Should be in your.
Okay.
I saw
I
it.
can't tell because I have the connection on my phone. So,
Oh,
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Send that out. I will get it updated.
Next week also, why don't we plan on? I guess some of us will have to talk off camera a little bit, but we can announce who wins what. There's only 3 entries in the Reddit contest.
Okay.
So, it is what it is.
All right.
But let's take a look at them, and I
Yeah, it'd be great to get some feedback from everybody else too.
yeah. So, cool.
All right, well, that was Woodchat for July 30th, 2014. Next week, get your designs ready based on the. Yeah, Scott's showing us a beer. I'm going to get hammered too, Scott.
Jeez.
So check flairwoodworks.com, click on the Woodchat Design Inspiration Game link. You'll see all the pictures. Feel free to submit designs for any of the weeks. Next week we'll talk about the Reddit contest. But we do Woodchat every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific to 8 p.m. Pacific, or 24 hours a day over on Twitter with hashtag Woodchat. And we will see you next week. Say goodbye, fellas.
Peace out.
Go ahead.
All right, good night, everybody.
Bye.